The CFL Gambling Podcast Week 17 preview picks and DFS episode. The Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Yes, play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code TCESGPN. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
This is Brian Bosworth, a.k.a. The Boz, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, brother. Peace out. Boz out.
Welcome to the CFL Gambling Podcast Week 17 preview pick DFS. We are the home of the Huge Tits Parlay. Yeah. I'm wearing these glasses cause I need to focus more. Yeah. On them huge tits. All right, folks. CFL Gambling Podcast. You are in the right place. YouTube.com/@CFL Gambling Pod. Hit that like and subscribe button. Because the road to the Grey Cup goes through this damn channel, they say. Yeah, look, this week's fire. We got two games. Obviously, we're a little later in the week. My apologies. Had my wife's birthday. Was going to the ECU game. Was huffing paint there for hours. And yeah, my apologies. But we always make sure it's out before the games. So excited about the games tonight and tomorrow, specifically tonight, I would say. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
I smoke and I drink and I don't have stress and I'm healthy.
Very healthy. Is it too early? Is it too early? That's what I'm saying, dude. You're going camping. I just got done camping at a parking lot outside Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. You know what we're doing there. Oh, I like this. Let's go. I mean, it's Friday, right? It's Friday right there. I am joined by my co-host. He is the host of several shows, the UFL Gambling Podcast, the Old Fashioned Football Podcast. Some know him as Justin Mark, but I know him as Jmark, aka No Turn Jmark. How are you, brother?
Doing good. Yeah, shout out to David in the chat asking if somebody spiked your coffee. It was a great idea, so I grabbed this Dead Guy Cab Finished whiskey that we reviewed on Old Fashioned Football that you just mentioned out of Newport, Oregon, made from the same guys that make Rogue Dead Guy Ale, if you've had that. Anyways, so I spiked my coffee. Why not?
Is that where Hoffa's buried?
Is that what?
Where Hoffa's buried? Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, how do you get the name Dead Guy? You know, someone had to die, right? I mean, I feel like,
I would assume so. They you would think they'd have more story on why they named it Dead Guy. I have no idea.
You should
I don't know
just.
if you can see if you're on YouTube though. The stopper is pretty sick.
That is pretty cool.
Dead Guy. That
is pretty cool. You should send them the obituary every day.
There you go.
Just be a dick on email. Just say, hey, you guys check this out. Hey, Dead Guy Whiskey, if you guys check this out, and just send the obituary every morning.
I love it.
Buddy, how you doing, man? I'm sorry that I was the problem here recording so late.
Hey, it's all good. We like you said, we're getting it out before the games. Bonus if people are watching on YouTube, make sure you check our YouTube because you get it even earlier then. But we'll have the podcast on those podcast players out before the games as well. And I feel like we got a lot to discuss with these rule changes. If you were under a rock, the commissioner gave a big old press conference and gave out some rule changes.
And that's starting next year, right?
3 of them next year, 2 in 2027. So they're spacing it out to give time to everybody, especially stadium changes. I mean, we're talking turf changes. You want to go over those now?
Yeah, let's jump into this. Yeah, okay, let's go.
All right, so 2026. This one's pretty simple, but the opposing teams will be on different sidelines. Right now, they're on the same sideline. They're going to be on different ones.
That's
now.
weird. I'm on board with this one.
Yeah, same. The play clock is going to 35 seconds, but it is an automated thing. So it starts automatically. Right now, they literally have somebody, once the ref whistles it, boop, they hit their play clock for 25 seconds. And living in the past a little bit there. Now we have an automated thing. So I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that as well.
I know we're both okay with this because we mentioned that they needed to do this. The Rouge will no longer count if it's a missed field goal, or if it's a punt that goes out of the end zone. So no more game winners on a Rouge. Now it will still count if they punt it, it goes into the end zone and is not returned. But those out of bounds punts that go past the end zone, the field goals that are missed, no longer a point for those. I like that change because we saw, I think, 2 games last year end on that Rouge with a missed field goal. Yeah,
and I actually like them keeping the Rouge in the game to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Like this is something that it's part of the game. I mean, I think they've been doing it in Canada since like the early 1900s. And then I like more football plays, and we've talked about how I hate the changing of the kickoff because you want to see excitement, and the Rouge provides that on a return. You know, so okay, continue on this journey.
All right, so now we get to the 2027 changes. These are a little bit bigger. We will no longer have a 110-yard field. It'll be 100 yards. They are going to the American standard, I guess, getting rid of 10 yards there.
Yeah, I don't understand what's the big deal here.
Well, and this goes with all 3 of these changes, but the commissioner, all 3 of the 2027 changes, that is, the commissioner said, our data shows that that'll score more points, and more points means more viewers.
Yeah. Okay. A comment like that makes me fucking hate him. But look, they've had this field's been 110 yards since 1892, according to the AI. I just don't see the purpose of changing it. It's one of the things that actually might be a reason why you stay to be different. You know what I mean? Like, so I disagree with that one. Next.
I disagree with that one. The end zones will all be 15 yards now, not 20. Most of them are 20. I did not realize that Toronto's end zone is only 18, so it's different than the other leagues.
That's all dumb. They should have the same fucking parameters for the end zone in every stadium. I mean, come on, you only have 9 teams.
Yeah.
The fuck are we doing here?
I agree. I didn't realize that.
I didn't realize that either. Yeah.
And then the last one, the goalposts will no longer be in the front of the end zone. They will be moved to the back. I've seen a lot of fans complain about that.
I don't like that personally.
I do like the commissioner said, we show that this will be a 10% more of completed passes in the red zone. It's like, no, you don't. What are you basing that off of? Like, come on.
It's not a deal breaker to me, but at the same time, like, well, first off, I think the balls are more returnable. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The field goals that's what I like about it is you're getting more of the returns. Like this, the only chance you're going to get a return is if it's extremely short.
Yeah.
That's a big deal to me. That's a big deal. I think this is the worst one, in my opinion.
They cited player safety, but
God, everything they fucking say in player safety, that's the token excuse. So no one questions it, but we will question it.
We both watched a bunch of CFL. How many times have you seen a guy smash into the goalpost?
Not in forever. I've seen it like, in like NFL films, like back in like the 1940s.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I remember like Steve Sable doing some shit where like a dude gets KO'd, but whatever. Like, come on, man. Like, it clearly isn't that big of a fucking problem. You're right. Like, I mean, if one the same chances of a player getting injured, the same like we saw Chad Kelly with that nasty leg injury in the Grey Cup. The same situation. Like what's worse, that or the one time in 40 years that someone bangs into the fucking goalpost?
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. And I could give a shit less about the quarterback's completion percentage. Like,
but that kills the return, dude. Because a lot of the returns, like that is the worst one that they did, in my opinion. Like that's the one that this commissioner's a fucking moron for, is
followed
because
by the 110 to 100 yards. I mean, that was uniquely Canadian football. Why change it?
Yeah, and I actually disagree with making all these changes because I also think that, a lot of leagues do gimmicks. Like the XFL did that foo-foo kickoff, and like you're like taught. You can hear the coach in the middle of the fucking game and shit. All this dumb fucking gimmicks and stuff, right? The 3-point conversion and stuff. But that was their angle to be different. Now you have the CFL trying to be the NFL, but the difference is unlike the XFL. The CFL's been around since way before the NFL. So like, why even cater to their rules? You have your shit. Be you.
And they, one of the reporters after the commissioner gave his whole speech, they asked like how many of these changes were to compete or be more like the NFL because of their market base. And he's like, 0, none. NFL didn't come into play. And I was like, you're lying now, dude.
Wow.
Well, I don't get the brain man cold, but
that one sucks with the returns because that's essentially a lot of. I love when you see the long kick return off of the field goal that misses to the outside. You know.
Yeah.
Any others?
No, I think that was all of them.
Okay. I mean, as long as they don't change the actual kick return, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Helms 22, the SWN FCS show at around 5:00. Whenever Mac drives into Morgantown, he's heading to his apartment in Morgantown. When Van Wilder arrives to Morgantown, we will be doing that show. So yes. All right, let's jump into it. Well, first, reacting to last week, Montreal takes down Toronto 21-19. This was a fucking. Actually, we should talk about 15. Like we should talk about what in the fuck was this? I mean, playing to lose the game.
Yeah,
Ryan Dinwiddie. No, I'm thankful because I had money on Toronto. Thank you, Ryan Dinwiddie. But
I'm not.
Can you imagine being in that locker room and be like, "What the fuck are we doing, dude? What are we doing?" Yeah. So if you didn't catch the game, Montreal wins by 2. Toronto elects to kick a field goal with like a minute 20 left.
Yep.
Down 5. They kick a field goal with a minute 20 left. I've seen some dumb shit in my life, but this might be on the football field. I mean, there was ECU a week ago against BYU passing with 56 seconds left at the half-yard line, like needing 99 yards to score. 56 seconds left against the top 25 defense this year and last year, and electing to pass on the half-yard line on 1st and 10 with 56 seconds left before halftime. And it was a pick 6. And I'm like, what are we doing? That was very dumb. This might be even dumber. Like this.
Yeah. And he did a terrible onside kick attempt with like 6 minutes left too. And it wasn't even like he kicked it he tried to trick him with just 1 or 2 guys on that side. And it was a terrible attempt. I'm not sure what he's doing.
This game needs to be investigated because all of us Argos, backers did cash, but man, if I was a player, I'd be super pissed off saying, what the fuck are we doing, dude? Yeah. One of the more hilarious things I've seen in my life. This is like the Austin Powers scene where he stays on 4 in blackjack. And he's like, I too live dangerously.
Right.
We were wrong about the Calgary Stampeders because BC scored 52 points. Holy shit. Calgary loses by almost 30. It should be noted that VA, Vernon Adams, obviously was dinged up or got dinged up, I should say. But he still threw 2 picks prior to that. So PJ Walker came in, and this is the PJ Walker I was hoping to see. 8 of 9, 64 yards and a touchdown. Are you back on the PJ Walker train?
No, he got hurt too.
I know, but still, he looked 8 of 9. 64 yards, touchdown.
When you're down that much and everybody's in prevent D, you can hit some passes. That's fine. And credit to Nathan Rourke, who, by the way, after these changes came out, he was one of the only players I saw that said, these changes suck. This is not Canadian football. Why are we doing this? So credit to him for that. I mean,
I'm hoping we get some more. I think I did see someone else though oppose that. A quarterback, was it McLeod Bethel Thompson? I don't remember. Might have actually. I think it was Davis Alexander. How about Xander Horvath? By the way, 12 rushes, 152 yards, and a score, including a 70-yard touchdown. James Butler, who? Yeah, it was pretty shocking there. So went 1-1 on Friday. Saturday, the Blue Bombers destroyed the Ottawa Red Blacks. I was on the right side of this one, 26-18. And then you had the Ticats take down the Eskimos 29-27. Your thoughts on those games and the whole week in general?
Paul, he gets me. PJ Walker, good in garbage time. He gets it. Yeah, I mean, Hamilton got the win barely, but I thought they would win by a little bit more. This locked playoffs for them. Winnipeg, I was surprised they were able to put up the fight they did. Excuse me. Geez, getting choked up about Winnipeg. Finally went in looking a little bit more on track, but the first set of games I definitely thought were better. They were more entertaining, better games to watch. But yeah, I mean, playoff race is on. We've got, I think, 2 teams that have locked, and Montreal looking up and up, especially with Davis Alexander coming back. I don't think anybody's ruled out yet, are they?
Yeah, I was about to talk about the standings right now. So you got what? Saskatchewan's the only one that's clinched at 10-3. Calgary at 8-5, and they've sputtered lately, which has my 35-1 looking iffy, especially because Winnipeg and BC are 1 game behind them at 7-7.
Now they do own the tiebreaker over Winnipeg at least.
Yeah.
So they got that for them.
Yeah, but still, they got to stop fucking around. The Eskimos are way back at 5-9. I tend to think the Eskimos are practically eliminated, not mathematically yet, but I feel like that's kind of a wrap. In the East, the Ticats are 9-5, Montreal 7-7, Toronto 5-9, Ottawa 4-10. Would you say? I guess Ottawa's very much alive because they're 1 game back, but.
I think same as Edmonton, though. Mathematically, sure, they could make it, but realistically, they're not going to.
Yeah. Toronto, though, how do you feel about their chances, buddy?
Nick Arbuckle returns this week. I mean, never say never. This is a team that's done it before as the underdog, right? So, especially with Nick Arbuckle as their underdog. So,
they got to go for touchdowns instead of field goals. Went down 5 with 1:30 left. Might make a little bit more sense there. All right, let's jump into this upcoming card here. But before we do that, look, and if you're on YouTube, youtube.com/the CFL Gambling Podcast at CFL Gambling Podcast. I can't talk. What's going on? Wait, did I not load these? Did I not load these slides? But what I'll tell you, the CFL Gambling Podcast is brought to you by us. Yes, check out the SGPN app in the App Store for easy access to all of our free picks and props. We're also brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on football, and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. And their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. You could easily deposit and get lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head on over to mybookie.ag. And when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Yes. Look, Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. And Novig is available in 35 different states. And look, since Novig is an exchange, you're getting some of the best prices in the market. Download the Novig app. Get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN. Did I could have swore I loaded the slides. Am I going crazy?
You're probably going crazy.
Yeah, I've been known to do that before. But here, let me jump on over here and add these to the mix. But yeah, I kind of love these games tonight. I know you're going to be out there camping, canteen boy, but look, these games are going to be fire. I'll give you updates if I don't know if you have cell reception, but week 17
I'm not sure either.
Yeah. 7:00 Eastern tonight. The Stamps are heading into Montreal. And it's crazy because if you're playing DFS, which we are, Vernon Adams is, I think, going to play based off the DFS stuff we see. But the line is telling you he's not going to play because Montreal's laying 5.5. The over under at 50.5. What the fuck's going on here, Jmark?
I'll tell you what's going on. I believe that the guy that looked great to start the season is back. Davis Alexander. He's back for the Alouettes. I do agree with you though. This line indicates that Adams may not be playing, but either way, I think there's a lot of faith in this Montreal team when Davis Alexander is their quarterback. So this is going to be a really good one. I like this game.
Yeah, I'm on the Stamps plus the points. Shout out to Paul saying great pick on Army yesterday. That was a win-win situation for me. I mean, let's be honest. If Army, if you watch that Army ECU game, ECU went up 21-0 in the first quarter. And then Army's defense shut out ECU's offense the rest of the game. As someone watching this game, the Army's defense looked terrible in the first quarter. Absolutely terrible. But if Army could catch the fucking football or not fumble in their own 25, inside their own 25, I mean, it was raining a little bit. So, I mean, but Mac's an Army fan. I was sitting next to Mac watching this thing. And I mean, they had their shots, man. They had a wheel route guy wide open, 4th down, drops it. That would have been a touchdown. And same with the tight end delay that they had, probably would have been a touchdown as well. But yeah, look, that's one I'm glad to be wrong about. I'm an ECU guy, Paul, right? But I was shocked by that because ECU historically has been terrible against option teams, really since Skip Holtz has left. So anyway, I'm on Calgary plus 5.5. I also will take the over. So we think Vernon Adams is playing.
I mean, from what I hear, he is. That's what they released on their depth chart. Now they could be liars, but according to their depth chart, he is the starter this week.
The line is telling me he's not playing though. Because how the fuck would this line be that line if he's playing?
I'm biting anyways. I think even if he plays, he's banged up, is not able to roll out of the pocket very well. I'm going with Montreal. I'm going with Davis Alexander to give them some fire as they come back.
Well, if he doesn't play, I do think Montreal is the play.
Yeah, for sure. I think it is. Even if he does play, I think he's banged up enough. And I just think Montreal is going to be more prepared for this game. So I like them and I like the over. I think both teams are going to score points, but I think Montreal is going to be ahead of them by more than a touchdown or two here. Calgary might get some garbage points, but I think Montreal covers.
I think Calgary's in a desperate spot. I think he has to play.
Yeah,
because check this out. BC's playing Toronto. BC, that's the next game. It's in Vancouver, right? If BC wins, they are tied with Calgary. If VA does not play, that means Calgary is going to lose. There's only a couple more weeks of the regular season. I think you got to play here. So yeah. I will buy into Calgary going all in here, despite if he's dinged up. I think they need this. I think they're in the more desperate spot personally. So I will take the 5.5. Sprinkle that money line. As far as the total, this is another one. You kind of need VA to play, and I'm assuming he's just going to play. I'll take the over 50.5. What are you doing here?
I like the over as well.
Which game are you looking forward to more? I know you're not going to watch them, but I mean,
You never know if we got reception. I tend to set the phone up so that I got some football on the side. People, what are you watching? CFL. What's that? I get that a lot. But fuck them.
It's only been around longer than the NFL. That's what I'm saying, man. No one does their fucking homework anymore. The Argos. This is at 10 p.m. Toronto Argonauts are heading to the BC Lions there in Vancouver, Canada. BC is laying 7. The over under at 57.5. I am going all in on these Argos. Dog. I will also take. You know what? I'm going to take the under 57.5 in this one. I think it's chalky the overplay. But I think BC probably wins this game, but still 7's a big number. Especially considering I don't really trust either of these defenses. More hilarious that I'm on the under, but I
was going to point that out. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, no, I just feel like I don't trust either, but it just seems so obvious that it's like I would set it a little higher personally. So what are they? Sometimes they know some. So I'll take the 7 in the Argos with they're getting healthier as a team. Dinwiddie known to kick. Look, they treated me well last week kicking that field goal down 5 with 1:20 left. Very Pat Narduzzi like. It's just too many points to me. What are you doing here?
Yeah, and you can find this at 7.5 on some books. Nick Arbuckle's back. They have beaten BC 5 times in a row. 5 times in a row they've beaten BC as favorites, as dogs. Give me Toronto. I know that I'm sorry, Toronto fans. I know anytime I pick them, they lose. So I apologize, but I'm taking them. It works out win-win for me because fuck Toronto. So if they lose, it's fine. But yeah, I think they're going to cover this, and I think they are a live dog. 5 times in a row as favorites, as dogs in Toronto, in BC, doesn't matter. They've had their number. So yeah, give me Toronto to win this game.
Let's go. Then on Saturday, the Ticats are heading to Winnipeg, Manitoba to take on these Bombers. Once again, this is another dicey game. This is why Calgary's got to win, because if Winnipeg wins, Calgary needs to stop fucking around. What, they lost 2 or 3 in a row, I feel like. Hamilton is rolling. They are catching, but they're yet a dog on the road there. As Winnipeg is a 1.5 point favorite. The over under set at 51.5. Last time they played back on September 12th, I think it was. Hamilton won 32-21. Revenge. I'm buying in. This is a Strevler special week. Give me the Bombers minus 1.5 as they turn back the clock one more time. What are you doing here?
Just question: does it change anything for you if it's Claros and not Strevler?
No.
Okay. I was trying to find if we had an update on that. I'm not seeing it yet.
I just feel like this is the game where like I compared them a couple episodes ago to the Bills in the late 90s after they had stopped getting the Super Bowls. They still had the locker room was still intact, but they were past their athletic peak, but they can still get up and get like to the playoffs, and they can still a couple big games I feel like they can show up to. They just can't consistently do it. This is one where I feel like they can, and they can find their way back to the playoffs. With a big win here potentially. So I'm going to lay it.
I'm going with Hamilton here. I think their offense can outduel Winnipeg's. I think their defense can do enough. Winnipeg's defense has been okay, but not stellar. I think they've unlocked something with how Greg Bell's been running the ball. He has been on fire, and I think they're going to be able to utilize that. So give me Hamilton to win this game. I think I'm going to go with the under in this one. I think it's going to be very close, but I like the under.
Yeah, I think I would also take the under as well. So is that official that Collaros is going to start?
Last I heard, he was participating in practice. So I think if he, as long as he keeps practicing, he will start, I believe.
Interesting. I think I like it even more if that's the case.
He's been so hit and miss this year. He's, there's games where I'm like, he doesn't have an arm, and then he throws for 303 touchdowns or something. And then there's games where I'm like, man, he's back. I was wrong. And then he looks like ass. So he's just so inconsistent that I still like Hamilton either way.
One of the reasons why I think they were able to run for a lot at Hamilton back in September.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that might be the angle there. Maybe it doesn't even matter the quarterback they're playing if they're able to sustain the rushing attack. But yeah, I another thing is the home edge. This is one where the fans definitely show up. Then second game on Saturday. Remember, they're not playing any on Sunday. Saskatchewan heads to take on the Eskimos in Edmonton, Alberta. There, we're not the Eskimos done, but not done. Perhaps as the Roughriders laying 4.5. Dude, you have to take the Eskimos. Roughriders have clinched. They're running away with this thing. I'll take the Eskimos in the points. What are you doing here?
Not to be contrarian, but I think the Eskimos are cooked. I think that magic that they seem to unlock is kind of faded.
Well, they don't have to win the game. 4.5.
Yeah, that's true. I still like Sask. I think they're the much better team. And I don't think Corey Mace is going to be a guy that just lets everybody go through the motions. I think he's going to demand that they keep at it, because we've seen them hit losing streaks and they can't climb their way out of it. So I think they want to keep their foot on the gas here. So yeah, give me Saskatchewan to cover. And I like the under in this one. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game, something like 20-10.
Yeah, I'll take the under as well. Folks, want to tell you that the CFL Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, which does have CFL action. Underdog's always a great place to play fantasy pick'em, where you can win up to 500 times the amount of money you enter. Simply pick higher or lower in your favorite player's stats and stat projections. It's available for a ton of different sports as well. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5, get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code. That's TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Yes, Rhythm is off to a great start in all of football. And look, Rhythm has introduced a leaderboard with weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model that you build, and you could win $1,000. So check out Rhythm. Use the promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Once again, that's Rhythm, RITHMM. Download Rhythm and use that promo code SGPN25. All right, we are back, and you know what time it is, folks. Let's just get it going here. We are the home of the Huge Tits Parlay. We are the home of the Huge Tits Parlay. We are here, folks. I'm curious. You've hit a few this season. I put my glasses on to just Nerd Dundee had to show up because he needs this thing to cash. All right. And we are going.
I'll get mine on too, so that I'm a nerd.
Well, you've been all right this year. I feel like my huge tits have been struggling this year. They're old. They haven't been updated in a while. Silicon's leaking out of them.
Just like Pam Anderson's.
Perhaps. How did that contest go, by the way?
I kept forgetting to circle back to even see what the results were.
You're funny. Look, mine is simple. All right. Dogs. The Stamps will hit the money line against Montreal plus 180. The Argos will hit the money line at plus 260. and the Eskimos will hit the money line at plus 170. You put $50 on that. You are walking home with $1,436.40 over at DK. Woo! It's gonna hit. What are you doing on your side of things?
Mine's simple as well. All money line plays, 2 favorites, 2 dogs. Give me the Alouettes. Give me the Roughriders, both favorites on the money line. And then give me the Argos and the Ticats also on the money line. That's almost 16-1. It's 15.93, but we'll call it 16-1.
Ooh, there we go. I like this. All right, folks. Now we jump into the DFS side of things. I see Paul in the chat saying Stravler threw for 51 yards last week. That's true, but this is this week. All right. You know that you don't. You shouldn't base it off of the previous week in everything. You know what I mean? Like there's plenty of instances where guys have had ridiculous days and the week before did nothing. I think of Damian Alford for the Calgary Stampeders first. At the quarterback spot. I went with our boy Nick Arbuckle at I paid up $11,000. That's the thing with VA's uncertainties with Rourke. To me, like all 3 of the quarterbacks worth playing are all super priced up. I'm curious what you did at the quarterback spot. What'd you do?
Well, his price really threw me and it made me second guess. So I'm trying to double check myself, make sure I'm not crazy. No, Davis Alexander. We know even when this guy's not throwing the ball well, he runs the ball well, and he's only 6,500. I can save that much cash by picking a guy that I know is going to get a decent stat line, whether they win or lose, whether he's throwing touchdown passes, he's going to get the rushing yards. So yeah, give me Davis Alexander for 6,500.
That's a nice value play. I mean,
yeah,
not bad, not bad.
Maybe he's rusty, but maybe that means he's running around like crazy too.
Yeah. Well, the running back play, as much as should I pivot? I probably should pivot just because I don't know if Saskatchewan. So I'm going over to Greg Bell. I was going to go with Alouette, but I'm like, wait a second. They've clinched. Maybe they go light on the carries with him, knowing you need him for the playoffs. And you know how everyone's a pussy these days. They don't think running backs can actually have carries, right? So I'll go with Greg Bell for the Ticats, former San Diego State Aztec, 9,200. Did you roster Greg Bell?
I did. I mean, when he scored 30-some points, we're like, yeah, that's great, but they probably won't do it again. He turned around and had 20-some points. So, I mean, they're committed to running him, and he is running very well. So, yeah, give me Greg Bell. Yeah,
and then I only did 1 running back. Did you go 2?
I do have 2.
Fire away.
I got a guy that's been your boy. He's had some down weeks, but also still doing some good weeks. That's Davis Mills or Dedrick Mills. Sorry.
Davis Mills at the running back spot would be
Dedrick Mills. He's a dog, and I think that they're going to need to run the ball. If Vernon Adams is banged up, they gotta take some of that heat off by running it. So yeah, give me Mills.
I like that. I mean, even last week he didn't do terrible. So let's go. Wide receiver spot. I loaded up with 4 of them. My most expensive, going to the Hamilton Winnipeg game with Tim White at 8,600. Look, Hamilton's offense can move the ball. I know we're still on Winnipeg, but I still expect Hamilton to commit to throwing a lot with Bo Levi Mitchell and Scott Milanovic, the former Terps quarterback himself, and Tim White. I know that. Would you still consider him the number 1 target?
I mean, they do a great job of spreading the ball around, but I think he's still the alpha, right?
Yeah, it's close though. It's getting closer. I feel like than previous years. But 8,600 going with Tim White. Who's your top wideout?
Yeah, I love this because we can. I am ahead of you. I don't know if you've been tracking, but I am ahead of you on the bourbon battle here.
By 1, right?
By 1, and now we can see if you can tie it up because I got Keandre Smith at 8,100. I think he's like you said, it's close. So I'm saving $500 by throwing him in. He's got these ebbs and flows. 3 weeks ago 1.7, but last week 15.9. I believe he's going to get involved against this Winnipeg team. So, yeah, give me Keandre Smith. And the last time that they played Winnipeg, he only had 4. I think he bounces back, hopefully.
There we go. I like this. I'm going to get even, and then and down the stretch, I'll get up a couple bottles, and that'll be it. My second wide receiver, price wise, I am going back to the Calgary game that I am high on, because I think the desperate spot is there. Now, I will say that I don't know if last week, just VA's injury, he only had 3 targets compared to if you look at the other weeks. But I kind of think so. Dominic Rhymes, he only had 3 targets, 1 for 19 was all he got last week. But if you look at the previous weeks, he had 11 targets against Ottawa, 8 against Winnipeg, 5 against Edmonton, 5 against Edmonton. Two different matchups, that is. So I'm expecting it to go back to something like that. So Dominic Rhymes for 6,400.
I like it at 6,300. My next highest price. I got 2 receivers left here. Curly Gittens is the next highest priced one. I think he's been a solid receiver for them. Started a little slow, then had some bigger games, then got a little slow. Looks like he's back to having some bigger games now. He had 4 receptions for 60 yards and a touchdown last week. I think he gets another touchdown this week. So, yeah, give me Curly Gittens Jr.
I thought about rostering him. I really thought about rostering him. I went with next. I'm taking you back to that Hamilton Winnipeg game, and I just want to rattle off the stats here for what he did. I believe it was the time before, but go into Shamar Bridges. All right, they do toss the ball around to a lot of different guys. That's the thing, is like you're former Tusculum and Fort Valley State wideout. I don't know if I'm diving too deep, meaning like the last time they played Winnipeg, he had oh no, I think it was 2 times ago. This makes me want to pivot now because he only had 1 for 4 the last one. It was 2 times ago. All right, let me pivot. Hang on. Give out your next wideout.
Yeah, I think you're going to like this one. I know he's not Sneed, which is your normal guy, but he's a guy that when Davis Alexander was a starting quarterback was having a lot of success. For example, last time he played Calgary, 16.5 fantasy points. He's only 5,300, and that's Cole Speaker. I'll
jump in on that right now. I'm looking for a 5,300. No, I can't. Yeah, I can only get to 52. Son of a bitch.
$100 too much. You better change your defense. You can save $100 on defense. Come on. Yeah, give me Cole Speaker. I think with Davis Alexander back, that's kind of one of his safety blankets and targets he likes to throw to. So I think he's going to kind of bounce back and have a double-digit game here.
I will raise you one higher. I will say the guy getting a shit ton of targets back when Davis Alexander was healthy was a certain guy named Charleston Rambo.
Yeah.
So you know that where the fuck is this? Man, I'm really ruining the comedic timing of this. Anyway,
nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
Look, this guy was actually putting up some decent stats when everyone was healthy there. So that's what I'll go with is Charleston Rambo. Actually, no, he's 5,300 too. Son of a bitch. All right.
I like that play. It was a good one. I considered him.
All right, I'm going with him, and then I'm gonna change the defense. I'm gonna change the defense.
There you go.
That's what it is. Enough of these Roughriders in a game that doesn't matter to them. We're going with the Stamps. That's my defense. What are you doing for your next
more receiver to give out?
I do have one more receiver, and that's DeMonte Brissett with Toronto at 5,900. Yep. I just think that offense is moving, so that's the logic there. What about defense for you?
Yeah, especially with Arbuckle back, I like that. For defense, I went with the one I think you just pivoted off of. That's the Roughriders against Edmonton. I think they're looking to keep on this winning streak, to keep winning. I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas. And Edmonton been fizzling out a little bit here and there. So yeah, give me those Roughriders. Landscaper Bob checking in. Boys must have gotten a coupon for Warby Parker's, looking good because I put on the glasses to match you. Felt like I was being outwitted here.
I needed to dive deep into the stats to cash my huge tits parlay.
There you go.
Folks, that is our show. I'm on I told you I'm on the Stamps defense. Jmark will be off backpacking or some shit like that. He was already bad enough. He was in Oregon like 3 weeks ago, backpacking, eating granola, chasing mushrooms. But now he's doing some shit out there, Mr. Wilderness over there. Where you tell the good folks of the CFL Gambling Podcast your weekend plans and why you're missing. I guess you're getting it out of the way before the playoffs, right? Smart. I like that.
Exactly. Yeah, we're going to be in Paulina, Iowa. I know you're going to say, never heard of it. Guess what? I hadn't heard of it either. I was just told, hey, we're camping at Paulina, Iowa. But this is what I appreciate about my wife. There's a lot of wives that they're like, if we're camping, I got to be in a camper or a cabin or something like that. Mine said, instead of sharing the cabin with some of the family, can we just do the tent? And I'm like, fuck yeah. I like tent camping. You're not going to hear me argue that. So yeah, we got fishing. I'll have whiskey, camping in the wilderness.
I like it. I like it. Hard to beat. You guys got bears up there or what?
No bears here. I have been camping in West Virginia, and all of a sudden you hear that click, click, click of the bear's claws on the concrete going down the road right by the campsite. My buddy was in it's like a hammock, but it closes in on you, and that's where he sleeps instead of a tent. And I thought, bears probably like burritos more, easier access. So I felt like I was okay.
Bears, look, I can tell you as a bear connoisseur, they love burritos. Folks, in case you were wondering, if you're like that fucking idiot in that Grizzly Man documentary and you want to be friends with bears for a little bit, bring about 100 burritos in a backpack and lay them out on the sand. You can go up and pet a fucking bear, but when they get done with those burritos, they might eat you. Did you ever see that documentary?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious. He dies, him and his girlfriend. I don't know how he got her involved.
It's hilarious. He dies.
Well, I mean, look, he was like anti-society. He's like, now the society's terrible. And like, he would go and hang out with the bears in Alaska, but the bears were eating salmon all day. So they were completely full. So there's like video of him just like sitting next to the bears and stuff. But he was such a like fucking douchebag that he's like, park rangers are there trying to get him out of there. And he's like, those are the enemy. And he's like talking to the bears, right? He's talking to the bears team like, well, I'll protect you. Well, the bears, that in the last time he documents, he's like, these bears, my friends, have not ate in 43 days. Well, they ate that night, and it was him.
Assuming these are grizzlies.
Yeah, they were. They ate him and his girlfriend, and that friendship that he had came to a screeching halt.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
The documentary makes it seem like so tragic. And the worst part about it is they killed the bears for the autopsy for the humans. And it's like the bears are just fucking being bears. This piece of shit is going up there messing with them. Right. This is I have a problem with that part. That part I do have a problem. That's where I do get sad. It's like they kill the fucking bears. Why? For being a bear?
Right. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Anyway, I don't know what the hell we're talking about, but give Jmark a follow on Twitter at JMarkFootball and give those burritos to the Bears. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. The CFL Gambling Podcast is on Twitter at CFL Gambling Pod. Looking forward to talking a lot of shit and getting even in this bourbon battle. Make this prick come out of the woods and buy me some quality shit. All right.
There you go.
Till next time, this is the CFL Gambling Podcast. Fuck your new rules. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.